No, I think it is a green dream. And I think that it is. And I think that that all great American programs, everything from the Great Society to the New Deal, started with a vision for our future. And I don't think that, I don't consider that to be a dismissive term. I think it's a great term.
All right, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez announcing her Green New Deal. I think we're up to about 100 Democrats that support her. Breaking tonight, the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell invoked Rule 14 on the Green New Deal to bring it right to the Senate floor. Brilliant move. Good job, Mitch McConnell. Joining us now, Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce, America First, Action Senior Advisor Sean Spicer. Let's get them all on record. Nancy needs to bring it up in the House, bring it up in the Senate. I want to know who supports banning airplanes and redoing every building in America and free everything and nationalizing industry.
You know, what's interesting is that the Democrats thought that they were just going to roll with this as they had been, as this idea. I did a column a few weeks ago saying there was really no substance to it yet. It really didn't even really exist. And then, of course, we had the scandal of them removing the reality of what it was they were proposing, including money for people unwilling to work. But what they had thought this was going to be was a fun way to signal to millennials and to progressives about what they stood for without having to do anything about it, without anything really needing to exist. A resolution is not a bill. And so they thought this was just going to be a lot of media and press. Having to vote is a reminder now that people will either have to vote with the individuals who want to pay people who are unwilling to work, or they're going to have to vote against them, which will signal to the base that this has been an unserious framework from the start.
Well, I don't think it is unserious. And Sean, I'll actually make the case. I'm going to stand up for Ocasio-Cortez. I think she's probably the most honest, extreme, radical, democratic socialist in the country, in that she's saying what they have been, well, what they wanted to do incrementally for years, and they've used the courts for, what they could never get done at the ballot box or legislatively, and they use activist justices to do this dirty work for them. But this is what they want. This is their dream bill.
You're right, and it's a dream bill in the sense that it's not based in reality. That's generally speaking what dreams are. But dreams are generally also positive things. Nightmares are negative things. And I think that this is a dream in the sense that it's not based in reality, but it's a nightmare in terms of what it would do to our country and our economy. Sean, just a few years ago, this would be sort of one of the fringe things of the Democratic Party. Unfortunately, it is now the mainstream. You look at every one of the 2020 announced or prospective candidates for president on the Democratic side, and they're all embracing this. But what are they embracing? Not a policy difference, not more spending. That would be typical for a Democrat. But they're basing something that they can't even tell you where it ends up. This is insanity. The idea that we want to end all sorts of commercial travel, the idea that we want to certify every building in a way that they can't tell you how they're going to get there,
we're going to rebuild
would
them,
kill so many jobs, is insane. And I think that people, and I'm glad that the leader is going to put it up for a vote, because we need to expose the agenda that's really coming. And most of the time they mask it in really good words and all sorts of things. This time, I think everybody needs to understand exactly what's happening and call a spade a spade. This is socialism. There's no other way around it.
And Sean is absolutely right in that this is also a nihilistic agenda.
Which Sean?
That
okay.
Sean. But
Both.
You too, again, Sean Squared here on the program. And that's what I think matters as well. But I would caution in this argument of starting with this message that it's not affordable or how much it would cost. That presupposes it should even be considered as feasible to implement. That would be like saying we're going to go to the moon, and then we would be arguing about how much it would cost to redistribute all of the green cheese that we're going to harvest from the moon. We wouldn't go to the cost of harvesting the green cheese because it's not going to happen, and it's absurd.
We have created a nation that of wealth and opportunity that has even the poor. So you compare the poor in America, which we want everybody lifted out of poverty. By the way, new statistic out today, Donald Trump got 1.5 million people off of food stamps since he's been president, 1 million out of poverty, 5.3 million new jobs, 600,000 manufacturing jobs. We have 2 pipelines in the works, and we have Anwar opening up.
It's fantastic. It's just
Sean,
great.
these are literally hundreds of thousands, high-paying career jobs that will increase the wealth of every American. We are the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. We are the Middle East of natural gas.
Yeah, look at what the president talked about during the State of the Union. The economy, by all measures, is humming. People are doing better. They're taking home more pay. They've got more opportunity. They're living better lives, and we're safer in this country. The president's doing exactly what he wanted. And instead of offering a realistic alternative, you see this new congresswoman offering a fictitious world to live in that defies reality. And this is the challenge that the president is up against this time. Putting his accomplishments on the table and explaining to people that we've made the country better, and we can continue to do that for 4 more years.
And you know what she's really offering? Everybody gets the Fred Flintstone car, where you have to pedal with your feet, and maybe there'll be
no airplanes, no meat. You know, we're going to nationalize all industry and no health care. We're all under this one health care plan. A lot of good Obamacare worked out. All right, thank you. All right.